Hello again. Hi, it's me, Errol Lawson, and today I'm back on the leadership blog with you with Joel Graham Blake. Joel was recently voted Birmingham Young Professional of the Year, a young, inspirational and influential young leader right here in Birmingham. Today we'll be discussing leadership and all things leadership. So, let's get started. So, Joel, how are you?
I'm very well, Errol. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Very good. Great to have you here with us today on the Leadership Blog. So, Joel, first off, just tell us a bit about who you are and what you're doing right now.
Yeah, sure. I'm the founder of Cultivate Solutions, which is a diversity management consultancy for universities and the professional services sector. And also the founder of the Diverse Entrepreneur Network, which is a mastermind network for entrepreneurs with businesses less than 5 years old.
Fantastic.
Alongside that, I am involved in a couple of other things. I'm the National Diversity Advisor for Golf, and I'm also a visiting lecturer at one of our Midlands universities.
Great. Well, certainly qualified to share with us on some leadership principles. As you know, there's lots of things I could talk to you about, especially the D.E.N, Diverse Entrepreneur Network, and things that are happening there. But as you know, we're all about leadership here. I just want to focus in first of all on leadership. And what is your definition of a leader?
For me, a definition of a leader is very simple. A leader is somebody who creates the frame, but inspires and empowers others to draw the picture. I think one of the things that we, especially in current times, leaders tend to be at the forefront of the trend to give directions and give orders, but I think a true leader is actually a servant to the very people he's trying to lead. He takes the advice, he takes the ideas, he takes the guidance, but he also has his eye on the he or she, I should say, has their eye on the bigger prize and keeps the long-term vision in focus.
Wow, fantastic. And if you could name 3 qualities, leadership qualities or principles you think that helped you to get to where you are today, should I say, what would they be, the 3 key ones?
Interesting question. Staying persistent. One of the things that I've always made sure that I've done is not take no for an answer. I've always tried to be someone who keeps going, keeps the vision in mind, but make sure I've done it for the right reasons to kick off with, so therefore I'm always motivated to stay persistent. So persistence is one. 2, I'd say being real. Not getting sucked into the hype and the glitz and glamour of what I'm trying to do, and you know, the awards and the achievements, they're all fantastic, but I'm an inner city guy from Birmingham, and that for me always keeps me grounded, it keeps me real. And I think the 3rd thing is being empathetic, and being able to see things from other people's point of view, or at least trying to all the time, so that no matter what I'm doing it for the right reasons, for the people, as opposed to something that I've just created or an idea that I just want to do. And I think that combination of those 3 things helps me to create things, change things, innovate things, and has allowed me to be where I am in the moment.
That's awesome. That's great. Thank you for sharing that. I meet a lot of influential people these days, and a lot of them, not all of them, consider themselves to be leaders. In fact, they're afraid of the title leader. Why do you think that is?
I think leadership, I think there's 2 ways you can look at it. You can be a leader because people place you in that position. So they revere you in a certain way, or they talk about you in a certain way, or they enhance your reputation based on your own endeavours. But that in some ways can create insecurity. It can allow you to identify inadequacies. It allows you to kind of having to check yourself in some ways. So there is that aspect. The other aspect is when you're looking at yourself from a personal point of view. Do you feel you're a leader because of the things that you've done? Do you feel you're a leader because you've overcome obstacles? Or do you feel you're a leader because you're still on the journey? And within that self-reflection comes things around self-motivation, self-belief, self-confidence, not being afraid to fail. I have a thing where fear for me means false expectations as reality. In other words, fear for me is something that you think is going to happen, but really if you still keep going, just keep moving forward, you can't predict the future, so if you keep moving forward, then that fear can be dispelled straight away in a second. So it's things like that, you start to question your own self and question your own ability. So leadership is dependent on, for me, those 2 things. I think the beauty of leadership is when you combine those 2 things together. and you're in an environment where you've analysed yourself, you've realised you can take charge, or you can lead from the front, lead from the back, lead from whatever position you're presented to lead from, and be able to do that in an environment where you're empowering others to achieve the same.
That's fantastic, and I know I've heard you share before about leadership and influence, and that people can have influence from different positions on the team, if you like. How do we develop our influence as leaders?
I think by listening. We have got 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should use them in that order. You know, the more you listen to your team, the more you listen to what's going on around you, the more you listen to what's in your heart, the more you listen to your own spirit, the answers themselves will be revealed. The strategies and the process and the things that you plan around that's the process, that's the semantics of what you're trying to do. I think the important thing is listening and knowing why you're doing something, and making sure that the team around you or the people around you see things and share your vision, and more importantly feel empowered to I guess take the steps and to do what they need to do to bring that vision to life, and that you're confident that you can allow them to do that. That being said, when there's poor performance, you've got to then be the person who can come in and change things and make things happen so that everything's back on track. But ultimately, it's about allowing your team to feel that they can be their own leaders, and therefore you can focus on the strategy and the bigger picture and ensuring everyone's going in the right direction.
That's great. And just as a closing thought, Joel, self-leadership and leading oneself, how important is that?
Again, another very good question. It's crucial. If you take all the fluff, if you like, out of it, when you really break it down to its bare bones, anybody can be a leader in any situation. The question is, does that individual have enough resolve, enough fire in their belly, enough hunger to achieve the things that they want to achieve, to help others achieve the things that you all want to achieve as a collective? And that self-starting element, if you like, it's made up of a number of things, from conditioning, from your family background, to things you've seen and experienced in life. I've in some areas of my life I've been to literally to hell and back, and I've been able to thankfully have support around me and have faith around me to be able to say, yes, I've learned from that and I've used that to be able to help myself move forward. But it's being that honest with yourself and understanding that you are on a journey, and even when you get to where you think you've got to, your journey just starts again. It moves on to another point. So you've always got to just stay real, stay focused, stay clear about what it is that you want to do, why you want to do it, and try and communicate that message to others.
And just for a young leader, emerging leader, up and coming, watching this video right now, needing some encouragement, needing some motivation, some direction, just to share a closing word with them, if you would.
Quite simply, the answers that you're looking for are already inside yourself. You've just got to allow yourself and analyse yourself enough, and then allow yourself to be able to allow those answers to come to life. Don't be discouraged about the things that you see around you that are barriers and that are hurdles, that are obstacles. They're purely life lessons for you to learn from. Don't be afraid to be an individual. People will try and pigeonhole you, try and pigeonhole you because of their own insecurities a lot of the times. And you've got to be able to say, well, I appreciate where you're coming from and I give you the respect that you deserve in that particular aspect, but I'm going to be assertive enough as an individual to be an individual, and therefore that's going to help you to become the stronger person at the end of the day.
Fantastic. Joe, that's fantastic. Thank you so much for your thoughts and for your time today, and we wish you all the best in your endeavours. Thanks again, man.
Thank you very much for having me.